We're wrapping up spring practice here at North Alabama for the football team. We're talking with UNA head football coach Chris Willis on this Line Vision update. And, Coach, it's hard to believe here we are, the final week of spring practice. We've already had two practices this week leading up to the spring game on Saturday. Take us through those two practices. Has the intensity and focus been there with everybody knowing that spring practice is wrapping up?
Yeah, Monday, I would say, was not a very good practice overall. I thought offensively probably had the better day coming out, and so we started out a little rough at the beginning of the week. Tuesday we were off. We already had it scheduled to be off, but it worked out because it rained, and so that wasn't an issue there. And then yesterday we went to Brawley to kind of get a feel of being over at the stadium. We don't do that enough sometimes. We go out here and you're condensed. It's not a full-length field, and so I wanted the guys to get the feel of kind of what it's going to be like Saturday. Go over and throw and catch a little bit, and I thought yesterday's practice was good. It was almost like a scrimmage, and we did scrimmage there at the end, and it was a good day. Today we'll come back to our complex, and we'll kind of scale back a little bit. We're still going to get some good work in, but it just won't be, won't be a lot of scrimmaging. There won't be any tackling today. It'll be what we call thud technique, and then Friday we'll come back and go helmets and just kind of clean up anything we need to clean up, and then get going for Saturday spring game.
With these Thursday and Friday practices, will any of it resemble a game-like, game-week atmosphere possibly?
Yeah, I would say, Friday definitely will, because it'll be a helmets-only practice, and that's kind of the way we'll be in season. It'll be a walk-through type deal where you kind of go through substitutions and stuff. So Friday for sure. Today, it'll be a little bit of mixture of both. I mean, you'll get a feel for it too. We're trying to get the players geared that way to get the excitement. It's tough. Spring ball is spring ball. It's you're playing against each other. You don't kick off until August, and so at the end of the day, and we try to make it as competitive as we can. But I know in the back of their minds, as well as some of our coaches, we'll be okay when the day ends Saturday. We love football. I don't want people to take that the wrong way, but it's tough. Spring football, it's just. It is what it is, and then when you don't have the numbers that we have right now, and we're lacking depth at some positions, it's tough. And so you're at that point. It's been a good spring. Let's just get out of it now with no more injuries, and let's get off and finish up recruiting and finish out the semester strong.
So let's jump into the spring game. Saturday will start at 10 a.m. at Brawley Stadium, and it's starting at 10 with a special event, an alumni flag football game. You've been here for 15 years, and there's going to be a lot of players that you've coached throughout your time coming back and playing, and then there's going to be some guys from past eras coming back and playing. So overall, how special of an event should this be, not just for those guys, but for our fans and current student athletes to get to witness?
This was something I wasn't sure if we could get it off the ground. First year to try it, and we're going to see how it goes. We did a flag football game back during homecoming week, but we didn't really have anything to do with it as coaches because we were too focused on the upcoming game. And so Evan Oglesby, former player, he kind of headed that up. And, this time I went with him again. We contacted each other, and I've got him helping me on the side along with Megan Lovelace. And then we're trying to put on what I think is going to be an entertaining event for about a good hour. And I don't know how many bone and joint crew members we need to have there on hand, but it ought to be exciting. It is a good mixture. We're bringing back guys. I think there's a guy on the roster from the 80s, James Davis, and you got Evan Oglesby, played back 2002, 1999, 2002, somewhere in there. You got three of our current coaches, Brett Borden, Blake Ferris, and Gabe Poe. Luke Wingo's coming back. I could go on and on, but it is a good mixture. We just kind of, as they signed up, we kind of made skill guy here, a skill guy here, a big guy here, big guy here. So I don't know, which team has got the advantage. But you're talking flag football, and it's just get out there and have a good time. It will be officiated. We'll have a score, it'll be running clock. There's a set of rules, and that's what we didn't have the first time. It was kind of get out there, play. Some guys played, some guys didn't. This time it's, we're going to have 15 on each sideline. 8 at a time on the field, and after the game's over, they're going to mingle over and have lunch together and hopefully hang around and watch our game that starts at 11.
Should be a great day starting off with the flag football game at 11. The UNA football team, the current team, will get out there and play. So for you, Coach, what do you want to see from this scrimmage on Saturday? Let's start with the offensive side of the ball.
Well, offensively, I told him this last night. Let's don't get out there in illegal procedures, and let's don't turn the ball over. Let's don't have bad snaps. Let's just don't look sloppy. Let's just run plays and let's try to move the chains a little bit. And if you don't, we'll punt the football. But at the end of the day, I just don't want to get sloppy, and I don't want anybody getting hurt. I want them to have a good time with one another. We have a point system going in this game, offense versus defense, because we don't have the numbers to do a draft. So there is something on the line here for us, winner or loser, so that's going to make the game a little bit more competitive. But my main thing offensively is just come away. Let's do what we've been doing. Let's be clean about what we're on our play calling and running of our plays, and then come off there not with any more injuries.
Defensively, Brett Borden and company, I don't want to say it's a new regime on defense, but it's still another opportunity for him to get out there, call some plays, and really have a first game-like atmosphere with some of these players.
It is, and Brett, it's almost like he never left. So it seems like he's never left. He's been here for the last couple of years, it seems like. He's moved in, the transition's been good. On his side of the ball, I think his biggest deal he's concerned about, because there is a lack of depth, is just giving up the big play throughout the day, and that's something we don't want to do. I told him, let's be on sides. I don't want any illegal hits after the whistle. Let's stay clean. Let's tackle the ball carrier, and let's try not to give up the big play where nobody's in the area when somebody throws and catches it. Because then it gets a little sloppy and gets out of hand. And listen, I want a competitive game and I want some points scored. I usually wouldn't say that being a former defense coordinator, but I want it exciting. I don't want it sitting there 0-0. And so there's opportunities for the defense to earn points outside of touchdowns, because sometimes it's a little harder on their end to try to create points. And there's a format that's going to be out there for the fans to have. They'll have it as they come into the stadium. They have rosters of both the flag football team and the current UNA team, and there'll also be rules with that for both games so they can follow along to know what's going on. And there'll be our schedule attached to it, which I know is already out. And so, I'm excited. Just want to come away. We've got 3 practices left. I'd like to come away injured-free and then get off and let's make our adjustments as coaches in recruiting and what our needs are based off what we've seen this spring.
Spring practice for football wrapping up this Saturday with the spring football game happening at Brawley Stadium. Alumni flag football game at 10 a.m. followed by the actual scrimmage at 11 a.m. We hope to see you out this Saturday.